Hey guys, this is Brian coming in from Gigaventure.com. We are here at Anime Kanji 2012, and with me are...
Sunny Smith from Jabronie Pictures.
Jay Huerta, what up?
So tell me why you guys are here today.
We had a panel.
Oh yeah.
We did have a panel, yeah, to show some of our newest stuff and talk a little bit about what we do.
So, from the panel that we just saw, okay, we had seen a rough cut of your latest film. You want to give us the title?
Yeah, it's Heart Shot Grand Prix, Bullet with Butterfly Wings.
Bullet
I know it's a long
wings.
title, but come on, think about it. Like, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, that's a long title too.
The Two Towers?
Because they always put Lord of the Rings first and then the Return of the King for the final movie. So
Can you guys give us a quick summary, a brief, what is this movie about?
Well, this movie is about a young girl named Tara who is an abused stepdaughter of a mob boss, and she is saved by a woman who refers to her and herself and her team as the Cowgirl Ninjas. They're a sorority of women who use the aesthetics of the old Western and the Japanese ninja into their assassination techniques. So she joins the squad, and then their leader gets killed in a duel, and so she goes out on a revenge spree to try to find the killer.
So what came to mind when you were putting this idea into action? How did you come up with Heart Shot Grand
With Butterfly Wings?
Butterfinger,
it's like the Smashing Pumpkins song, you know. Well, when we did the sequel, I wanted to have a villain that was like a little girl who could kick ass, and I saw Kick Ass, and there was a girl named Hit Girl, and she was the coolest thing ever. She was like a little 10-year-old girl who curses like a sailor and fights like
kicks booty.
Yeah, kicks so much ass. And so like Sarah, I met her at school, and she was like, you know, she's like 5'2", and but she's very spunky. She's very energetic. She does all this she climbs shit and, you know, does parkour. And I'm like, dude, she could totally do the stunt stuff. And I asked her if she wanted to play the character, and she was totally into it. And basically a lot of the characters in the Heart Shot Grand Prix universe are like anime inspired. So you got these crazy costumes and personalities and over the top fighting styles and stuff like that.
So I know you guys have been working Jabronie Pictures for 11 years now, and you guys have mentioned that earlier.
Yep.
What's it like transitioning from all these films into something this big? I know you guys are working on your Battle Hero, Ray Ray and Friends, say more. What's it like transitioning from that into something like this?
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's really that much of a transition, because we're pretty used to doing, we've done full length and shorts before, and then along with episodics. So it's kind of like more going back and forth than it is really a transition. We're always doing it all at the same time. So at least for me, it doesn't feel like a transition. I think
no, this feels the same way. I mean, because we're just amping it up, little by little every movie. Taking the techniques that we learned and the new equipment that we earned, we become better at what we do, and we come up with like cooler ideas and more fun stories to tell.
Well, and I think the episodics are a good way to explore then what we want to do in the next shorts. Or exactly.
So what do we have planned this year for 2012 for Jabronie Pictures?
Oh well, we're trying to finish Battle Hero Absolute. We got 2 more episodes to film, and we got to film it before Sunny leaves, because she's doing her master's degree, her higher education over in Florida. So I have to get all that stuff done before she leaves in August. So we're trying to get that done. We're not going to do Gunpoint 3 anymore because she's leaving. Maybe when she comes back, or in the future. Who knows?
We'll do it when I'm 50.
Yeah, basically, it's Chris Marino and Gene. They're like in their 50s.
It'll be Gunpoint 3, the old fogies.
Yeah.
Hey, we'd be fighting with canes.
But also, I just wanted to finish up the Heart Shot Grand Prix, and once that's done, I think that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else planned other than another spin-off of like Heart Shot Grand Prix, because there's a vast amount of story to tell with Heart Shot Grand Prix. I love the series, I love the characters and stuff. But other than that, I think I want to try to do a feature, the romantic action comedy that I've always wanted to do. It's just too bad that I can't get Sunny to do this time because she's gonna leave. But it's okay, we'll figure something out. Oh, also, Sunny and I are going to Japan for vacation, and we're going to be filming like a something different. Something
Not Battle Hero?
Well, no, it's something completely different. Something. Sunny asked me one day, like, we should do something serious and, you know, send it off to, like, different film festivals. Like, yeah, I agree. So I had the idea, since we're going to Japan, why don't we do, like, a serious, like, you know, kind of a romantic drama overseas. That way, because we're in Japan, it's automatic high production value. So then I could just, like, have the characters, you know, go around Tokyo and Japan while, you know, talking about themselves and their lives. I kind of based it on Before Sunset or After Sunrise. I forget the title. They always mix me up. But the
like
Richard
Butterfly, Bullet, Grand Prix.
Exactly.
No, but it's two films like by Richard Linklater. He has these two characters meet up in France, and then they like hit it off, and they go around the French quarters and stuff, and they talk, and they had to spend this one day together. So that's the biggest inspiration for this film that we want to do in Japan.
So you guys were telling us that you are both theater majors. What's it like, or let me rephrase that, for the up and coming, you know, filmmakers who are starting off with almost nothing, I guess you could say, what kind of tips would you have for those aspiring filmmakers to eventually get to a point like what you guys did?
Well, you know, I think it's just getting yourself out there, and even, I mean, we've worked with such little budget for so many years that we figured out how to maneuver around that. You know, we connected with other people. We've worked with a lot of other film companies. You know, we work with our friends. We work with people who just love to film and love to act and love to direct and love to write.
Network.
Exactly. It's really important to get in and get your experience that way. And then once you start producing stuff and people see the kind of material that you do and the heart that you put into it, they want to be a part of it, whether it's financially or you know, donating things or donating their time. And I think
being a part of the film, like acting. And
I mean, I think that's the biggest tip. I think people just get super discouraged. They're like, well, I don't have the money and nobody knows me. This probably isn't going to go anywhere. You can't have an attitude like that. It's really got to be like, anything can happen.
Exactly. And since we come from a theater background, we already have actors accessible because they want something for their real.
Like your friends.
Yeah. And Sunny mentioned, like, once they see it and they see something like that's really well produced and they have a lot of passion in it, they want to be a part of it. That's the reason why Sunny and I met, because we did a show together in Grossmont College like 8 years ago. And she mentioned that she saw Gunpoint 2 and she was super excited about it. She told me, like, oh, I showed my friends in on New Year's and I kept telling them to watch this, and she wanted to be a part of it. And I'm like,
there you go. There it is.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I would always encourage people to have some basis in theater as well, because theater is all about creating things from the ground up, and everything you learn in theater can be used in film.
Have that foundation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I've been keeping up with you guys for a while, and something I have never had the chance to ask is, where did the name Jabronie Pictures originate from?
Senior year of high school, 2001. I was a huge fan of wrestling, still am, but I was a big fan of The Rock, and he always calls his opponents jabronis. And so I thought that was like a funny name, and then we had this project in English class where we had to like do like a story and then put a storyboard, and I wanted to do like storyboards with, you know, like a movie panel and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, this we'll call this film company like Jabronie Pictures. It's so funny. And like at the time I started, this is when I started, you know, getting into film, and I was trying to find a cool like kick-ass name, you know, I don't know, it was some action-oriented name, but I couldn't, so Jabronie Pictures stuck.
And you wouldn't change it for anything else?
No, I wouldn't change it.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Even though it kind of has like a negative connotation, I think it's still funny to me.
I mean, I didn't know, so.
It means a person who's paid to lose.
Oh.
A jobber. Jabronie jobber.
Okay.
It's a wrestling terminology, yeah.
So would you like to say anything else to everyone watching this? Your fans?
I would just like to say that I so appreciate people being devoted and being really into what we do, and not being afraid to give us feedback, because that's how we evolve in what we do, and to still keep it coming, to please keep, you know, looking at the new stuff that we put out and the evolution of what our company will be.
Gotcha. I just wanted to thank my family and my friends who've been supportive like these past 10 years, and a lot of the people at the theater department who constantly ask me to put them in the films. I mean, that's that amount of support and that kind of attitude, you know, helps make my films, our films, look so good. I mean, I think we have this very strong acting skill in our group, and I take a lot of pride into that because we're all theater actors and film actors. So it's just it's really exciting to me that we're one of the few film groups that have a base of pure, very skilled actors. Also, I want to thank the fans out there. Also, like it's such a pleasure meeting you all, like on random places like Target and Plaza Bonita and GameStop when I'm trying to buy my game. Yeah, or Comic-Con. I really enjoy it when you guys come and stop me and say, "Hey, it's Jay, what's up?" That always puts a smile on my face. I love it. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching our films, and I can't wait to meet all of you. I hope I get to meet all of you fans. We like doing this. We like doing this for you guys, and yeah, I also want to thank Sunny for sticking around with me for 8 years.
And another thing really quick is there's somebody else that we couldn't do this without, who is not here, and that's Neil and
Keith.
And Keith,
yeah.
And like Keith. We could not.
Yeah.
Keith's right outside the window.
He had to teach. He couldn't make it to our panels.
Yeah, he had to teach. All right. No, I'm joking. But literally, we couldn't do it without these guys because it's just there's so much that happens, and the two of us can only do so much. It's we so need them for this, and so thanks to them too.
So before we head out, where can we follow you guys? Jabronie Pictures and you individually.
You can find us, like, we're pretty much open books. I mean, we usually add our fans on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. YouTube, we both have our own channels, and then obviously Jabronie Pictures. We have JabroniPictures.com.
Still working on it though.
Yeah, I have a website that I'm gonna have to try to remember what it is.
It's like Weebly. So
it's on Weebly. If you put in my name, if you put in Sunny D Smith, you'll find it. It has most of my theatrical stuff on it. But
YouTube.com/Jabronie Pictures. That's where you can find most of our stuff and most of our updates. Also, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you guys in the movies.
Alright guys, so this is Brian coming to you from Anime Kanji 2012 here with Jabronie Pictures, Jay and Sunny.
Johnny.
Take it easy guys, bye!